Guy says, I need 100% financing to buy a house. My agent told me to call you. I said, okay. I was like, can I ask you some questions, or do you want to tell me a little bit about what's going on? He goes, yeah, I found a house. It's $700,000. I have good credit. I have good income. I just don't have any down payment money. I was like, okay, tell me a little bit about, let me ask you some questions about your situation. I was like, what's your credit score? He explains to me that his credit score is in the high 600s. It could be the low 700s. He hasn't checked it in a minute. I was like, okay. I was like, what's your income? Tells me that his income is about 250 a year. I was like, okay. I was like, what savings do you actually have? He goes, right now, I have $10,000 to $12,000 of savings. I was like, all in? He goes, yeah. I was like, how long have you been on your job? He goes, I've been on my job for about 6, 7 years. I was like, you've been making 250 all that time? He goes, well, it's gone up to that, but pretty much I've been making in the twos, and now it's at about 250. I was like, okay. I was like, do you rent? He goes, yeah, I rent right now. I'm spending about $3,000 a month on rent. I was like, okay. I was like, so what's actually going on? Why don't you have any savings? And he goes, well, the actual situation is that he's not a first-time home buyer. He actually owns another house, and it's with his ex. His ex still has the house. She actually got the house when they got divorced, so she's making payments on that. But he's been paying out alimony, and he's been paying out child support. He also had to give her a lump sum, and that's why he doesn't have any money. He just kind of bought her out in order to reduce his monthly obligation. I was like, okay. I said, well, have you looked at what a payment would be on a $700,000 house with nothing down? He goes, yeah, I know it's going to be high. I said, are you willing to take a first mortgage and a second mortgage? Because that's what it's going to take to do this. We can do maybe an FHA loan or a conventional loan with a 3.5%, maybe 5% down payment, and then we can get you a loan for the down payment. You're going to have to get the seller to pay the closing costs. I was like, so you're going to probably end up with 2 mortgage payments. Is that fine? He goes, yeah. He goes, I can comfortably afford what that payment will be, even if it's a first and second mortgage. I just don't have any cash to do the transaction right now. I was like, are you sure you want to buy right now? He goes, absolutely. I don't want to rent. I was like, okay, do an application. We'll get you approved.